Hi everyone and welcome to themeparks. I was in Alton Towers for the first time ever for a couple of days, and I wanted to share with you my speculations, or let's say my suggestions to the park, if I was running the park, in terms of the offering and what they should do next. Those are just my ideas, nothing is based on rumors or anything like that. It's just looking at what the park is currently offering and where I think they should go to make their offering complete. But let's start with a bit of history. In 2015, there was the famous accident on the Smiler, and that hit the park badly in terms of image, in terms of attendance, and in terms of financials, of course. After that, they started removing lots of rides and closing down. So during the years, they've been removing lots of flat rides. I know there was a Top Spin there and others. They closed down Nemesis Subterra. They are now removing Enterprise, and also Nemesis is going to be closed due to retracking. So the offer, which is already suffering, next year is going to be even worse. We know that Duel is probably going to be refurbished or rethemed, and in the meantime there is this Retro Squad, which has been played with the park for 2 years in a row, which is just a desperate move, but is not what the park needs. For me, what should they do? So if you look at the offer, there is a gap which is probably bigger than Oblivion, which is in the park. There are amazing coasters and nice lands for kids, but there is nothing in between. So there are no decent water rides, there are no dark rides, there are no family rides, there are not flat rides. I know lots of people are looking forward for the Secret Weapon 9, hoping is gonna be a coaster, and there were speculations about removing Rita, putting a kind of Taron there, or whatever. But from my honest opinion, this is not what the park needs. They are in desperate needs of family rides, of flat rides, of closing that gap in between really intense rides and kids rides. Looking at what the park has got now, I would suggest to focus on two rides which are there already, but they are completely underwhelming due to a lack of theming, which are the Jungle Rapids and the Mine Train. I think that area, knowing also what is going on in Merlin, would be ideal for a new theming based on the Jumanji franchise. Gardaland has got already Jumanji The Adventure, and Jumanji is going to be the new themed area in Chessington. So I would see that coming to Alton Towers as well. They could rebrand both the Mine Train, changing the train probably, and the Jungle Rapids, considering also that both rides share the same indoor area, so they could actually blend everything together into a Jumanji area. And also the square, which is in that area, it's already looking a bit Jumanji if you want, so I think that could be an easy implementation. On top of that, I would add probably another flat ride, which according to the investment could be either something like the Disco Coaster of Zamperla or something a bit more intense. A water ride as well would be ideal. Something like what is on offer in Drayton Manor, or even a Mac water ride like Poseidon or Atlantica. But the dream would be to see Arthur, which is a powered family inverted coaster in Europa Park, which is not so intense. It's something in between a dark ride and a coaster. It's got an indoor part and then an outdoor part, and it would be a perfect match with Jumanji. Actually, when I was looking at Jumanji in Gardaland, I thought if they had used like Arthur coaster rather than those SUVs, that could have been just like a masterpiece. So ideally, if I had the money, building something like Arthur in that area, themed Jumanji, would actually be the best solution, because it's a perfect fit with the theming. It's a kind of ride that can be enjoyed by anyone, because it's not so intense, but it's still a coaster. So that would be my 100% recommendation. Of course, it doesn't come cheap. Say that, I hope they're gonna do something, right? Because next year, I said Nemesis is gonna be closed. Well, Duel is gonna be rebranded, maybe eventually, but it's already like a kind of desperate ride. It's not really good. There is not much you can do about it. And the retro spot itself, I think it's about time to move them out. Also, on some other videos, I've heard comments about the monorail that needs refurbishment and all that. Now, my question is, I've never seen a park in which the car park is on one side of the park and the entrance is on the other side of the park. My suggestion would be just open another entrance where the car park is, so more or less where Nemesis is, and keep the monorail, but turn it into internal transportation rather than external, and just make it an easy way to move from one end to the park to the other end. But why there is not an entrance close to the hotels and the car park, this is just a mystery. Say that, I hope that Alton Towers is gonna get some investments, because of course it's a park that has been struggling, but I think next year is gonna struggle even more without Nemesis. And as a first time visitor of the park, I think it's in your face that the offering is not complete. There is a gap in between. I hope Merlin is gonna address these, because so far there are announced investment in Chessington, the new Jumanji, and there is the Project Exodus in Tor Park, even if it's struggling a bit in terms of planning application, while there are no official investments or nothing is moving for Alton Tower, which I think it's really struggling and in desperate need of something new coming. Let me know what you think in the comments, and let's hope that we're gonna start hearing some proper and concrete rumors about what's next for Alton Towers. And of course, if you like the video, please subscribe.